That time of the year again. Stove is going. Trax 2015-ish is back in the shop. We've got some brakes and some tires, a fresh serpentine belt, and we are going to get her ready for winter. This has been on the channel before. We did some turbo business. We still keep the intake gaskets, or pardon me, exhaust gaskets right there, just so we don't forget the suffering. But yeah, I mean, these little turbo Ecotechs are not known to be the most reliable, but you do what you can with what you have, and you keep her running until you can't. So, Trax in the house here at Minnesota is Rust. You know, nothing but the best. We got the A and the G and the M right here. But so taking a look at the tires coming off. The rear's got a little bit more life. Front's got a little less. But we got some fresh ones to go in there. We got fresh pads, fresh rotors, all the good stuff to get this baby in peak performing operating condition. You need to come here and hold this. There we go. That's how you do it. Professional, full service shop. America. So we have had some big floppy tires that we needed to use. The bead blaster guy, that's a built-in bead blaster on the Weaver would not do. And here you go. So these are a little bit more of a stiffer tire. And so there you go. Floppy, sometimes you need it. And stiffer sidewalls, sometimes you need it. So, but picked it up last year. Helped us do things a lot easier than just fighting with it. So, works well. You never know how much your Harbor Freight thread locker you need. But hey, we got a new application device. It's called the knee. Never forget, Minnesota's thread locking Rust. Any thoughts?
Yep.
So, sending a crew out to make a parts store run. We got outer tie rod boots. The side, passenger side, is pretty much gone. And it's got a little bit of movement. The side's still pretty tight. But new tires, might as well get new alignment, might as well get new ball joints. So, we have one tire done, one tire we're working on. Just cleaned up the rim a little bit along the edge. Just a wear wheel, nothing super aggressive. These are aluminum. And two more, take all the plastic and stickers off. And we'll go from there. I said it before, I'll say it again. Having equipment that works well makes it way easier to help save some money. You spend it, then you save it. So, there we go. So these have been super stubborn not to break the front bead, but the back bead. Thankfully we got a good bead breaker right there. But on every one of these, I've seen kind of that black layer right there, which often is like a sealer. You can see right in the middle there, that black goo that a tire shop, some tire shops, I talk to the tire shop people, will put them in automatically. They'll go through and they'll put a layer of that around the rim or on the tire and just to help it seal. Usually it's older aluminum rims. I'll see that on in ones that we've had done before we had our equipment here. But this has kind of the same thing. So we go through, we buff it off a little bit, make sure it's nice and smooth. The tire really seals down here, not up here, but this is where the goo will get pushed to, and will make it hard to get off. They're stuck, so it took typically, three parts around the rim with the bead breaker will pop it off, but these were stubborn, very stubborn. So, goes to say, you want to go to equipment, you got to know what you're doing at least a little bit. Thankfully, we know enough to be dangerous, as the kids say. So, we're getting after it. And then every manufacturer kind of has their own style, a little bit different. So here is your tire pressure monitor TPMS system. You can see the screw that goes right up. Ooh, where's my finger? Here we go. The screw that's right there, that goes up into the actual air thingy. Words are failing me right now. You take that screw out right there. Then this will come out. Then you can replace it with a fresh one. I know I got a 2010, which had TPMS from the factory, my old Malibu, RIP. And I bought rebuild kits and everything. And the rebuild kits are a new valve core and a new valve stem, I think, the piece on the top. These are permanent batteries, you just throw them away. And it was, good grief, 100 some bucks a piece, more than the tires cost. You could probably guess what my decision was, to just put in some normal guys right there, and we're done with it. But if you don't pay attention to your tires, they are super helpful. And if you've never played with one of these before, you screw it in right where your valve cover, where your air cap, where your valve stem goes. You should be able to pry it up there. See kind of the grooves that bite into the wheel right there. But this is a really steep angle. So, hockey puck comes right in. Give her a little tug. Hockey puck flies. Then she comes right out. Easy peasy. If you were wondering how far the hockey puck went, it was trying to escape. Quick update. 2 years and a month later, after we got our Derek Weaver changer and balancer. These cost $3,600.
$3,600, free shipping, and then it came with the big wheel adapter for the balancer.
Came with a big wheel adapter right there, which was 200 some bucks extra normally. So right now,
the rest of the order information somewhere in the video.
So right now, we just added up, because we keep track in our tire stuff book. We added up that we have spent, or I should say, not had to spend, over $2,900 in 2 years and 1 month of the tire shop. So using real conservative prices over what we paid for tire repairs and what we paid for mounting and balancing, what we paid for like just balancing if you brought tires in on wheels. So $2,900 is what we're at right now. There may have been a few jobs we forgot to write down, but hey, we got the tire stuff book, so it's got to be right. But my goal in the back of my mind was to have these paid off in about 5 years as far as making repairs. And like I said, we do family for free, close friends for cheap, and then random strangers, we charge them double. Actually, we usually try not to do random strangers if we can. So, we will have this paid off if we continue to have bad tire luck within the next year, probably. So there you go. Our 5-year plan shrunk to 3, and then it's all gravy after that. So there you go. Quick update on Derek Weaver putting in the work. Super nice unit. No regrets or regrets.
Yes, our only current regret is there are 2 current regrets. Is 1 or 3 not mounting it to the floor, not having the extra lift and press arms on the changer, which we'll probably need within the next year. To get our we got to get 26s on some things.
Get the 28s.
And then also not having a laser on the center of the where to put the weight on the balancer.
So we did not get the fancy balancer that tells you exactly where to put it, but we got eagle eyes, so we're pretty good. Yes, we have not mounted these to the floor.
Which we're gonna within the next few months.
We got them on rubber chunks. We're not totally sure exactly where we're going to keep it yet, but it works pretty good right here in our kind of slanty side of the roof over here. And yes, we did not do the extra arm, which bolts right up here on the top to help.
I believe the other one actually bolts right by the regulator.
It bolts right up on the side, but it helps push down and then pull up on tires when they got stubborn sidewalls. Like these guys right here, but hey, $60 get you done. So there you go, quick update on the Derek Weaver. Getting it done. So, pads, rotors, all the way around. New serpentine belt, which is down there, right there-ish. You can see. You gotta take this stuff off. You gotta take the motor mount off the side. Yada, yada, yada. We
tension is very
tension. Yes.
Good tension.
Good. We decladded these kind of weird black cladding wheel cover things, which there was a pile right here, but now they're gone, so that's good. So, nice chrome wheels look good on there. And that kind of sort of concludes our day of tires, brakes, serpentine belt, general checking to make sure the old EcoTech Turbo does what she needs to do. So there we go. Carhartt probably makes some great welding gloves, but these aren't those. Never forget, Minnesota is blistered finger rust. Carhartt.